Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and this video will be the first in what I hope can be a series on this channel. But that's dependent on you guys really, so show your support if you enjoy this idea that I came up with while I was making my Draw My Life video. I have been drawing for as long as I was a Pokemon fan. That's like 17 years, and it all leads up to this video in which I randomly generate two Pokemon and fuse them together in a drawing. Sometimes it works swimmingly, and other times we'll create disgusting abominations, but we had fun, and that's all that matters. The format will be pretty easy to grasp. I use the Pokemon random generator to pick my two Pokemon while reacting to the generated Pokemon because God knows sometimes it'll be hard to make these fusions. For example, I don't know how I'd be able to combine a Metagross and a Rufflet. Then I draw some concept art while I narrate my decisions, and then draw the final piece that I believe would be perfect combination of the randomly selected Pokemon. We do that around 3 times and we have an episode, just like this one. Keep in mind that this is relatively unscripted, so I may blurt out some dark secrets.
Can we come out of the cupboards, Ron?
No, Jimmy! You see, I did not script that. Let's start! Okay, that was me praying. So we're gonna randomly generate two Pokemon here. If the Pokemon have completely different body shapes, you know, it's gonna be very hard to fuse them together. Like, let's say, Yveltal and Munchlax. But if they're completely similar, let's say like Linoone and Furret, it's gonna be easy. So hopefully we get the easy ones. Okay. My luck, I'm gonna get Dialga and Rayquaza. Two of the hardest Pokemon to draw with completely different body shapes. And okay, Pupitar and Clauncher. Okay, very like two Pokemon that I did not think of. Now, they both have shells. I can tell you that. And this is doable. This is doable. Now, I really don't know what to do with the pincers. Do I leave them in or not? Who's the big thing is also that we have to decide whose body is going to be the main body, basically. Is it going to be like Pupitar's face with Clauncher's body, or opposite? Well, that's the point. So I'm gonna whip up different designs, and then I'm gonna see which one I like the best, and then I'm gonna finalize that design. Okay. So when I was starting, the first drawing I made was actually the first Pokemon fusion I ever created, so it looks terrible. I should be embarrassed, and if it wasn't for the other drawings, I would be very mad. This thing looks like it's embarrassed to be my creation. It's clearly disappointed. I think the problem was that there wasn't any vision. I was drawing without thinking. But by the time I drew the second one, I had an idea. Instead of a Clauncher on a Pupitar body, I decided to go for the opposite. I think I achieved a good mix. But I really love the idea of having a Pokemon fusion with the face of a Clauncher, because it looks like it's just fed up with being a Pokemon fusion. So I went back to the Pupitar body and Clauncher face, and this time I decided to sketch the proportions of the body like a good artist does, before going in and starting on the details. I always do that, and for some reason I didn't for the first two sketches. Now, I was really blessed by having two shelled Pokemon randomly generated before my eyes, because it gave more options when it came to segmenting the body. When I added the tail fins, I immediately thought of shrimps, which made the idea of this Pokemon looking at me even more ridiculous. Now lastly, I added a claw on the back of this fusion for some reason. I think I thought that Clauncher had 2 claws and Pupitar had none, so I'd compromise by having 1, but it ended up looking like a jetpack. The final design looks like the last one, minus the jetpack claw, and I'm actually satisfied. And thus, the Pupilaunch was born! Okay, next one, let's go! Whoa, okay! Ooh, again, Pokemon with this time is really different. How am I gonna... What am I gonna do? Okay, I know. Probably, I can't make a monkey face on a buffalo body. That's just not interesting. I think I'm gonna put Bouffalant's face on Monferno, mostly, and then make it a fire type? What am I gonna do? This is what the... Now this time around we got 2 mammals, so it wasn't hard transferring the body parts in my opinion. I mean, they both have heads and tails and legs, it's all a matter of what I'm going to be replacing. Now I remember seeing a buffalo baboon in some show, it may have been Avatar but I don't remember. In fact, I just looked it up and there's a mandrill elephant, so that's kinda what I had in mind when I was making this. Nothing complicated though. In fact, I loved the fire tail on a Bouffalant body. And what was cool was that Monferno has this mane on its neck that was easily transferable to this design. There were tons of things that were easily transferable, but overall, there wasn't anything super appealing about this sketch, so I moved on to the second one. And once again, I remembered to draw the rough proportions first before drawing the details. This time, I decided to do the opposite. I knew it would be funny to have Bouffalant's face and huge afro on a small monkey body. and that's basically what I did. His pose is kinda like,
"Get out! Leave! I don't want to see your face again."
so that's the design that I used for the final drawing, except that I thought the cuts were too clean. It was simply a Bouffalant head on a Monferno body, so in the final design, I put Monferno's ears on Bouffalant's head, just to mix it up even more. Okay, next one. Please. Make it a Ghastly and a Voltorb. Oh, that was really close! Haunter and Mega Blaziken. Oh, okay, well here's something I noticed. They both have the ear hair. You know what I'm talking about. It's not, they're not ears, I know that. They are where the ears would be if they were humanoid. I mean, Blaziken's kind of humanoid. But, the flappy things. Oh my god, and they both have, like, claws. So, okay, this could be done. This could be done. And once again, for some reason, I kept on forgetting to draw a rough proportional body before going in with the details. And that's where I mostly screwed up because this thing looks scary and doesn't really resemble either of the Pokemon. I guess it's hard to draw a rough sketch of the body when you don't have an idea yet. I was just going with the flow, but the first sketch did give me an idea that I pushed into the second sketch. I thought the main thing that this thing was missing was the neck, and that really did help pull this fusion together. The rest just came to my head pretty fluidly, and the final design was actually my favorite in this video. I'm probably gonna put it in the thumbnail actually. It'll be awkward if I don't now that I said it. But if you want to see more of this, please like and share this video because that's a pretty good way to let me know that this could become a popular series. Of course, if you want to support me directly, consider checking out my Patreon page, where you can get cool rewards for helping out the channel. You can also click the link in the description to get the shirts that I made. Of course, make sure you're following me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you guys very soon with a new video.